All right.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Milenia Gar from Tonto International, and I'll be your host for today. Just a few warnings before we start. After the presentation, we'll have time for questions. You can use the Q&A box at the bottom of the Zoom page. Please use the option sent to everyone, not only to the presenter, so I can read and help him in the end of the presentation. I'd like to welcome Amit Sharma, who will present the webinar. Amit, feel free to introduce yourself and start whenever you want.
Definitely. So good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Sharma. I'm CEO and founder of Tracks. I started the company almost 2 years ago. When we first get our client, we started the company after doing several years of market research. I was working with utilities, especially water and some power and gas. And we saw some gap in the marketplace, which no solutions were covering it up. So that's why we started the company. So I look forward for this the presentation today. Thank you for joining. All right. Um, so so basically, our goal is to provide water conservation a way of life. Um, just a little about ourselves, nothing much. Like we are based in Irvine, California. Uh, we support our products support both AMI and non-AMI meters, and we have three product categories: utility and customer portal apps, work tracks for asset checklist tracking and budget planning, and a new way of reading meter reading app and optical character recognition based on AI modules. Um, all right. Our vision is to be like planet's most water conservation centric company to help, especially in the drought prone areas. All the districts are facing challenges. So we want to provide some technology solutions. And we'll talk about a couple of case studies today where the solution was helping the districts to reduce the water loss and do the auditing, budgeting, that kind of stuff. So the solution provides actually next generation cloud and mobile AI, machine learning, water loss tracking, water tracking, and compliance management around the water auditing side. Okay, and any other state legislation reports, monthly reports, like in California there are a lot of monthly reports, annual reports, those kind of things. um, we also working with the Water Research Foundation for developing a smart water networks module to manage pressure and flow for reduction of water loss, pipe breaks, and electricity savings. So that's kind of a nutshell of the thing. And why are we doing this, right? Everybody asks the question, why? So the reason is, as we all know, the infrastructure in the United States and probably across the globe is very old right now, 100-year-old. Um, and it was not designed. A population has grown like 4 times since then. All those things are having, so it's putting a lot of stress on the infrastructure. And so every minute there is a statistics, like every 2 minutes or every 4 minutes, something like that, there's a pipe break, uh, main break, right? So basically that constitute to a lot of water losses. So globally this is happening probably around um, it's like 14 to 18% of water is lost every single day, um, in every district, right? So that constitute to around billions of dollars in the revenue lost. And this is a treated water lost. So it's not just the water lost, it's basically energy savings, energy lost, chemical cost lost, so many other things, carbon footprint tracking, all those kind of things increase with that, right? um, so global market is witnessing a significant growth. Government policies now, as you see, the change in administration in White House is going to be like too much focus now on next 5 to 10 years in the smart technologies, infrastructure. They're also proposing a bill. So all those things are happening right now. So the next 10 years will be boom in this area to fix all this infrastructure and providing smart technologies to conserve water for our next generations to live, because we all know without water there is no survival, but it has been taken for many years as granted. So what are the unmet needs, right, of the water utilities? um, so there are a lot of solutions on the marketplace already, like smart meter companies are there, billing companies are there, payment companies are there, SCADA systems are there, but still there are tons of unmet needs. So for example, there is a lack of smart water network module to control water loss and pipe breaks, meaning kind of like, can you see transient pressures, and can you detect any abnormal behaviors in pressures which can burst your pipes, right? Those kind of things. So there is a complete lack of those kind of technologies. um, Water budget allocation, especially like drought prone areas like California, Texas, and other places globally. um, if you ask customer to conserve water, they also want to know how much I should be using it, right? So there is no way today to like more realistic way to allocate the water. So now, that's completely gap in the marketplace. And then manual auditing. So AWWA, American Water Works Association, they lay down some kind of rules to do the audits once a year, which is pretty. I would say it's a very good approach, but it's still pretty reactive approach. So for 2020, the audit deadline is October 1st, 2021. So basically, you are collecting all that data after a year. Now losses are already happened, so you just report, okay, this is what happened. But there's no way of proactive tracking and real-time tracking of water loss, right? So these are the things. And how about water loss, water use analytics, leak alerts, demand forecast? So all these, there's a lack of stuff in there. Um, there's lack of powerful data visualization and actionable intelligence. So today there is no solution which provides 360-degree water integrated, connected, multi-tenant cloud platform. Okay. So that's where a couple of districts asked us to develop this platform, and we started working based on their requirements. So now we have this platform. It can scale to any utility. So there are 50,000 water districts, pretty fragmented market, and that's the main problem of water districts. 50,000 is a very fragmented number. Every district has their own systems, billing systems, meter system, payment systems. So it's tough to do any kind of integrations, plus lack of IT support. But so that's why we developed this thing, cloud and mobile, which is single unified platform. So it's like facebook.com or gmail.com. Every client gets the same. And imagine, as we keep scaling and integrating, the neighboring districts gets everything free. So for example, if we integrate with some neighboring district, um, and they wanted something demand forecasting or some other module, everybody gets it. So that's the benefit of being cloud platform. And we scale to 50,000 districts. So everybody gets, and we save the planet Earth. Artificial intelligence, that is the module we are working on. We developed for City of Lakewood, and I'm going to talk about it in the case study, what we did on that. Multi-tenant SaaS cloud architecture, thousands of utilities can use same Microsoft Azure cloud platform, which we are hosted on. Our implementations are pretty quick, 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, pre-integrated APIs, and we support compliance management. Okay, we are the only company today who's helping with compliances, so you be on track of your solutions on your water losses and everything. The solution is helping utilities as well as utilities end customers. So what does that mean, right? So utility staff, like there may be some manual work going on, paperwork going on, spreadsheets going on, and wherever we go, there's a lot of these things going on, manual work. So our goal is to digitally transform that, and that's how we are building our product. We are not building what we think, what is utility wants us to do. So that's how WorkTracks came in. WorkTracks was basically this district, one of our clients, their staff was actually manually tracking asset checklist tracking on their spreadsheets. So they wanted something mobile and cloud. So we developed that. And for your end customers, it's more interactive dashboard for customers. It's not like a simple plain vanilla customer portal. It's like more interactive AMI. It tells you like exactly, how much you have used yesterday, today, on an average, what is the use. So more interactive. And we have plans to do even more interactive stickiness for the customers. And there's a cool mobile app where customers can use uh, and track their water consumption, view and payables. Um, so basically, our customers, East Orange County in Southern California, when we walked in there, they didn't have any technology. So we provided, in fact, customer wanted, they have us develop the platform 2 years ago. and they're still our customer. um, and they basically they clearly mentioned that we took them from the remote village to Manhattan. Why? Because there was so much of manual work going on, and water loss tracking, water auditing, budgeting, all those kind of things were happening. And the city was actually evaluating AMI, and they didn't go through AMI. They went through a new technology, water pigeon. Basically, it's kind of a AMI. It's a camera which sits on top of meter, and Lisa Holland, the general manager, asked us to integrate with them. So we integrated with Water Pigeon APIs. So they are still evaluating that product. So the idea is we can connect to any kind of smart metering network to manage, control water loss, pipe breaks, energy savings, those kind of things. And then we also work with Joe Berg and a couple of other folks at DWR and State, Max Gomberg, Kartiki Naik, all those folks, to get all the latest legislations. I know Kartiki moved on to some other place now, but we're still working with the state to be apprised of the latest legislations. And they believe that ours is the only platform which provides any kind of state legislations uh, in this. So let's just talk about a little case study on City of Lakewood. So this is another one of our clients, and I'm going to show a demo also of our product today. Um, so basically, Water Research Foundation, they opened up a RFP or a project 4917, which basically says utilizing smart water networks to manage pressure and flow for reduction of water loss and pipe breaks. And they were selecting, handpicking few water districts across United States and globally. So they came up with they were looking for some districts who are full AMI. So they selected Lakewood, and city of Lakewood in Southern California. They're like 20,000 AMI meters, and they it's a template model for contracting. Everything has been outsourced to different vendors. So if you think about it, if you step in into city of Lakewood, for a new company like us, it's very hard to get in there. Why? Because all the vendors are already there. So like they have Neptune for AMI, Mueller for pressure sensors, SCADA system is of course is there, and then they have CityWorks, they got WaterSmart, another technology company, and so on and so forth. InfoSend, Paymentus, all of them, right? So basically, this was a research project, and Water Research Foundation picked City of Lakewood, and apart from that, they picked up a couple of districts in Australia and Tennessee. This picked up. So City of Lakewood was tasked to do this kind of research, and basically no other vendor provided this functionality, a single unified dashboard to manage pressure, transient pressures, supply and demand all in one view. So Lakewood hired us to do this, and that's where we developed this platform. And we believe that this is the future. We believe this is the starting of the future in water technology. Along with that, you can embed energy cost, chemical cost, carbon footprint tracking, water coins, conservation on all those things. But this is the starting point, we believe, for the new next 5 years. And we developed this platform, we developed this module, and we can give it to all districts to manage. And we'll show you how that works. But essentially, the gist of it is, it's basically it's a time series data for pressure. Pressure is coming from SCADA as well as Mueller pressure sensors. So the ones which is coming from SCADA is actually minute level data. So you have gallons per minute supply, you have your pressure per minute, and then you have hourly consumption. So you basically kind of put all in one view, and to track these things um, on minute level, hour level, very real time. So this is some Lakewood information, 20,000 AMI. Okay. So here are some value propositions what we can offer, and this is how we are helping the utilities to track water loss. SB 555 in California, some other states or other countries they may call something different, but essentially it's the same thing: water loss tracking, online auditing, daily water budgets, non-revenue analytics, use high and low users, potential abusers or chronic abusers, high low users, right? So all those kind of things, work tracks. So these are our capabilities, and customer capabilities. We are helping city of Lakewood and other districts, East Orange and Fountain Valley, on tracking usage. Customers can view and payable alerts, notification, comparative analytics, um, and all those things. The benefits are compliance management, accurate water loss budget data, reduce operational cost, reduce non-revenue analytics, and very interactive customer engagement. Okay. So here are some of the things in textual format value propositions. So what benefits we provide, right? We provide benefits to the both customers as well as water districts as well as their customers, right? Utility care, customer care. Um, so for example, non-revenue water, right? So all this will actually lead to reduce of cost of water and avoid rate increase. Compliance managements and stuff, reduce leaks, high and low use, um, and water conservation. It's about a customer can track real time and forecast future usage, home water reports, compliance management. Okay, so just to let you know, put things in perspective, even a single leak, once it's there, it actually costs thousands of dollars, even, and bad PR on the customer side. So we help with all those things, proactive things, so your districts will have a good face on the on the customer side. Customers will love it, they will promote it, all those things, right? And innovation in the payments, you can do Venmo payments, Apple Pay, Google Pay, on the go, right? We can help with the software, will also help with reduce account receivable aging and billings, right? So those kind of things, so you get utilities are paid on time. We have especially this time, COVID time, water is the right. So some people are not paying the bills, purposely or intentionally or unintentionally, but we can help with that problem also, because we know how to get incentives to the customers so they pay on time. And any kind of smart home integration, so for example, weather based irrigation controllers like Ratio or something like that, we connect with that for indoor and outdoor usage, as well as indoor and outdoor budgets. All right. So here is the a little roadmap, what case study, what we did at couple of districts. So basically, it's a data analytics cloud platform. We do water budget allocation, high and low use, water loss, NRW, water audit. Plans to go into wastewater as well in coming future, where we can track chemicals, pH value, BOD, TSS, ammonia, all those things, and IoT devices, especially around remote shut-off valves and, um, of course, in AMI and other things. Um, the VR plans to also start doing carbon footprint tracking, COVID tracking, and incentive customers to have any gallon saved. You need to promote that concept that any gallon saved also helps in energy cost and chemical cost. So we can do some water reward points or water coin, which customers can get and promote conservation. Chatbots, AI. The approach is pretty simple. So when we walk into the district, this is how we did it with our current customers. We do planning, analyze, integrate. So that's just generally 3 to 4 weeks, and then configure the product for them in data integration, and then basically deploy. Here is our team. Myself, Amit, I'm CEO, co-founder. We have Sarah Cap Ventures and data scientists and software developers. So all in all, it's a complete water 360-degree integrated platform, um, and which helps with water loss tracking, compliance management, water tracking, and we integrate with any kind of backend system, SCADA, AMI, billing, CIS, all those things. It's a cloud and mobile platform, and it's which is ready to scale to 50,000 districts in US as well as global. All right. So that concludes my presentation, but now I'm going to do a demo of the product so you can also see live in action. So here is our useaquatracks.com, which is a utility portal, cloud-based, for utility staff to log in. So I will just log in as one sample account, and I'll show you how a product looks like. I see the time is 8:21, so we are still good on time, and we have another 20 minutes or so. Uh, We may not take all the time, but we leave some time for question and answers. So here's the dashboard when utility logs in. So they will see everything all in one view, and all the integrations right there. You can see water supply volume, water use, water loss, gallon connection per day, water budgets, and any year you can pick from here: gallon, CCF, acre feet, any unit of measurement. Okay, it's all in one view: water supply, water budget, use, and water loss. So this is how you track potential leaks and high and low use, usage versus allocation, and also there's a water budget by meter size. And then you also can utility can track every month how much dollars they are receiving, right? So they can track everything. The extension of dashboard is water loss analytics right here. So here utilities can track water supplied from the SCADA, right? That's coming from the SCADA integration, water budget. Water budget is basically real-time budgets based on weather and landscape area for each customer, and we aggregate it and use from coming from AMI system or billing system. Water loss, this is import versus groundwater, the supply volume, and then water loss GCD and water loss percentage. So you can track based on any year you want, as well as you can do daily and weekly if it's AMI system. All right. Um, Water budgets, what does that mean? So you can track based on your district's population how much should be allocated indoor. So 55 gallon per day per person is standard in California. So based on that 3000 acre feet, if there's a 50,000 district population, so you can track that. And budgets we calculate based on the weather data. So we group the customers in different customer classes: residential, landscape, irrigation, so on and so forth. And we apply the technology MAVA algorithm, maximum applied water loss, and that is configurable. You can change that ET 0.62, 0.85, and landscape area. So that's how you calculate the water budgets. So you can see it here. So all the water budgets, you can check the ET, daily weather data. Okay. Just to let you know, here are all the customers. So when we load the data, we have all these customers. We load all the data: name, account, customer segment, service address, email, mobile, number of occupants, phone, landscape, special landscape. So we do all this thing, right? Then we load the customer into segments by meter size, water budget. This is how we are helping this particular district. If you doing some forecasting for them, right? Download the data, you can do all that. Meter size, revenue class. So now in this one view, you can download all the data for use versus budget. That's pretty important in terms of reportings, compliance management reports. Any year you can pick the data. Okay. The software is based on very latest technology, Microsoft Azure cloud platform, Power BI. All these grids are pretty easy to sort and search and find. Download the reports, everything you can do here. And the best part is you can see customer 360-degree information here. Their account information, usage information, billing, payment, all in one view. 360. It's a very powerful feature. So here you can see it's helping customers and districts to track all the high and low users and all the usage for all the customers. You can see bi-monthly allocation versus use, monthly. You can even see daily data. Let me see if I have some sample data here. So you can see daily use versus budget. Okay. You can see account details, last billing cycle and all, property details, where is the property located, meter, if it's a multimeter, it's AMI or non-AMI, when was it installed, replaced, previous read, current read, all in one view, right? Then segments I already showed you. This is what we do. Then we have potential leaks. If there is any customer like continuous 24-hour consumption or something like that, those algorithms we configure so you can see those customers, potential leaks. High and low use, just by click of a button you can see who are your top users by budget, and you can see which ones are actually using more than allocation. So budget is 20, use 60, negative 200%. So you can sort those people and reach out to them to conserve water. Okay, so and then we have this auditing system, right? AWWA free water audit, we took it online. So now you can even do online auditing, and it's ready for you. You don't have to struggle for like 1 month. Districts don't have to spend like 4 weeks pulling 10 people, spending like tens of thousands of dollars to do audit every year. It's a mandate. And sooner than later, the entire global community will have to do this auditing based on AWWA, because water problem, scarcity of water is only going to increase if we don't take proper measures. So we have integrated, so that's how you can see all the audit which is ready for you. So you don't have to do the spreadsheet, and actually the software creates a spreadsheet also for you. So then when the time comes for auditing, you can just submit it to AWWF right from here, and it's all integrated, connected platform. Here's the spreadsheet. Yeah, all right. So that's the AWWF spreadsheet. All right, with that, I'll also demonstrate what we did for City of Lakewood, the smart water networks. This is pretty powerful. Um, so basically, we connected with Mueller, and these are the pressure sensors. So real-time pressure you can track now. As you can see, they have these 3 fire hydrants and pressure sensor at the fire hydrants, and they're checking this average, max, min, or all these three. You can pick any one of them. It's a real-time pressure. You can see it's 4, 8, 4, 7, and it tells you like 16, 4 p.m. This was the pressure. So every hour you can see this data. Make it bigger. And then we have integrated dashboard, where you can see this is the magical dashboard we built for what Water Research Foundation wanted for Lakewood. So you can see like Mueller pressure sensors, SCADA pressure sensors, flow and pressure data, and AMI consumption all in one view. And this is the daily data, right? So you can see 8.1, 8.2, what was the supply and demand. You can always do toggle between the buttons here, and you can see supply and demand. So for example, clearly you can see here there was a problem. The demand was more than supply, which should not be the case. So maybe the data is missing something, so they are looking into those issues. But the idea of software is to track all these things proactively. And pressure and supply, what's the correlation? Are there any outliers? Machine learning helps us doing that. So pressure usage, pressure and usage, uh, what's the dependencies, right? So you can track everything. And now you can also do hourly, which is even more powerful. So every hour you can track demand, supply, and pressure. What's the correlation between the two, between the three? And you can watch minute level data for gallons per minute. How much is flowing into the distribution system? All right. We also have plans to go into KWH, dollar, and KW, which we are working right now as we are moving on. And then so that's the utility side of it. We do have customer side also, to help customers. So when customers logs in, right, so they are going to see their account information, payment details, billing details, and any leak alerts, any kind of those information customers can watch. Just give me a second here, it's getting loaded. While it's getting loaded, I can show you a few more things here. what we develop for the customer. So here is work tracks. So work tracks is basically asset checklist tracking. So like vehicle inspection, pre-trip, post-trip, small generator, large generator, any kind of assets, the health of that and budget planning purpose, we need to track the condition of it. So currently, this particular district is using it every single day. It's very helpful because earlier they were doing it on the paper, and they forget what if truck gets into accident 6 months down the road. Legal will compliance will ask about, hey, were you keeping track of your assets? And now guess what? You don't have any answer. But now, click of a button, you can download those reports. You can download those reports from here, from Work Tracks module, right here. You can download in the Excel sheet. All right. So that's the work tracks. And then we have a customer mobile app where customer can track all their, they can register into the account, selecting their district, meter number, account number, set up their account, and then they can check uh, their consumption and everything else. So let me quickly walk you through our dashboard. So customer portal, when customer logs in, they will see their dashboard, account information, billing information, view and pay bills, set leak alerts, um, budget versus allocation. They can also see their account information. So customer can check their account information, property address, mailing address, set up paperless bill. Just this function, paperless bill, it's only 0.01% of the entire platform, but it saves for it saves thousands of dollars to utility, because we have mobile app where customers can see 12 months of bill. And especially COVID time, nobody wants paper, nobody wants contact, right? They want paperless. So that's already in built in. They can add multiple accounts, track usage. So this is the customer side of it. They can download the app from the App Store. So here customer can see their multimeter, bi-monthly, monthly, daily, hourly data, usage in CCF gallon dollars, usage forecast, current usage notifications, daily, weekly setup. Okay. Then they can check view and pay bills. All right. I think it's taking some time. Let me see what's going on. All right. So the same information they can see on mobile app. Here's the app dashboard, use, compare. All these are the screen captures. Compare, usage, dashboard, interactive dashboard, connect with the district, contact us, bills, view bill, pay bill. Okay. And then on the, here's the billing screen and interactive dashboard for the customer. Along with that, we also provide for state. State can check all the non-revenue analytics for all the districts in California. They can compare. This is a Power BI module, so they can see all the things together in one view. And they can run some outliers, machine learning here, non-revenue percent by volume and number of service connections. So you can see what's the difference, what is the dependency between this, right? So there are some outliers. For example, this one, city of Reedley, 12,000 connection, but 69% loss, right? That's too much. So these are outliers. So these are the districts who needs to pay more attention on their losses. Same here, by volume. All right. Here's the view and pay bill for customer. They can check all their line items, account balance, billing period from to previous read, current read, consumption charges, and then they can download the bill and they can see 12 months of bill. All right. Here is the report and contact us. Once customer sends some query, district gets it on the administration side, on the issue management, so they can see all the issue management and they can reply back and forth to the customers. All right. And also, last but not the least, comparison. Compare water analytics, compare water use with previous year or everybody in the district, and they can also run the reports, home water reports, stuff like that. All right. That kind of concludes my presentation. I know I would have covered a lot of things here in few minutes, uh, but that's how it is. I still didn't completely walk through the work tracks and the mobile apps because I have to log in through mobile. That's why I try to capture the screenshots and show you through the screens. All right. That concludes my presentation. Mileni, we can take some questions.
Yeah, we've got already one question right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just one question from Tutuku Nakamu. I'm not sure if I pronounce his name correctly. Have you done any projects in Africa?
Um, I'm actually working right now with one of the companies in France, and they have some connection in Africa. They are deploying stuff in Africa. So far, no, but things are in works to do something in Africa.
Okay. Any other questions? Because this
Can
is
we
the...
also speak to ask the question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hi, Emmanuel. I have a small question. Are you selling some hardware as well, or are you only selling the app, the IT solution? And if that's the case, how can you, if you work in a new water utility, can you ensure that you can connect to all the sensors and the different hardware that are already installed? Maybe about the compatibility. So these are two questions. No, what are you purely doing the app, and if not, how do you connect with all the hardware?
That's a great question. And who was asking that question?
Emmanuel Otley from Switzerland. I work for a university, and I'm also quite active in the field of real-time monitoring.
Yes, that's a great question. I quite didn't catch your name. If you can type on the chat, that will be great. But yeah, I'll try to answer. So currently, we don't have any hardware. We were evaluating an hardware with a partner company, Water Pigeon, similar to them last year. Um, but currently, we are only focusing on software, mobile, cloud, AI, machine learning on Microsoft Azure, because that itself is a big deal to scale to 50,000 districts and global, to have a single unified platform. So our focus is completely on software because we believe this technology has to go to global and to all the districts. So quickly, if we scale fast, that's our goal. So that way, the entire world is benefited. Later, if we can plug some hardware, that's great, our own hardware. But right now, we can connect to any kind of hardwares like remote shut off wall, outdoor sprinkler, AMI meter, or any other of that sort.
Okay, but then if you try to apply your solution to a new water utility, then you need a consultant or somebody who will make the connection with all this data transfer and so on.
Yeah.
How do you do that in
So
practice?
correct. So we have a special that's our specialty. So we build the platform, and we have data scientists and data DBAs, database administrator, and database developers. Those have specialty to integrate with any kind of APIs. So generally, we connect direct APIs or flat files or direct DB connection. So we have built adapters. As we keep integrating the systems, we have built adapters, and we provide that consulting service to integrate because we have in-house specialty to connect to billing system, payment system. Mainly the main integration is the AMI billing system and SCADA. Those are the three or four.
Thank you. That's very, very interesting. I think I will get in touch with you after that. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Do you
I
have my
copy
contact?
my contact, Amit, so you can have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do not have your contact, but let's get connected. My contact information is I'm sharing right now. I can put it on the chat.
Um, Amit
Yeah.
Alok Bargawa is asking if you have any projects in India.
Yes, so we are working with one or two districts. We are under talks right now. Not deployed yet, but yeah, our main focus is U.S. market first, and but we are open for global. We are discussing few things in Australia, Canada, and also in UK. Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Alok Bargawa is asking what is the price. I don't know if you can talk about this right now, but you can discuss this later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, pricing part is it depends, right? And since we are right now looking for progressive clients, we are flexible, but it depends mainly on how many meter connections you have, and all the variety of things you saw today. What all you want? Do you want everything, or do you want a la carte? So depending upon that, but generally speaking, it goes with number of meter connections. Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Okay, I think that's it for today. Amit, would you like to say something else?
No, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I have dropped in here my email address and phone. Please reach out, um, or let me know. It was great giving this presentation. I look forward for your support, and we can deploy the solution in your districts, and we can work with you.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. And I think that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.